We are live again, and we have not been live in about almost 3 weeks now. Welcome, everybody. My name is Gabriel, and I am so happy to be back. I am with OD, Online Digital Education, community of educators on Facebook, where I help educators transition, online during this pandemic times, where educators share with each other, collaborate with each other for success. And I haven't been around because I was battling a dengue fever. Wow, one of the worst fevers I've ever experienced here in my life in South America. It's a mosquito virus that is bone breaking, makes you sweat like crazy, dehydrate. It was terrible for me. And I'm about 80% better, and I'm happy to be back. And because I'm back, all the time, all I can think about is I can't quit. I will not quit on myself. I'm doing really good things here with the education space and helping educators. So it is time to get back on track. And today is Saturday. It is April 17th. And this is episode 114. And this episode is called Teachers Are Still Having Pity Parties During Zombie Pandemic 2.0. Last year was 1.0. This is year 2.0. We're heading towards 3.0. So let me give you my full disclaimer. Please note that this is not for those who continuously make excuses or are expecting to get rich, overnight. No lotteries here, no false promises, no false guarantees, no instant gratification, right? This is an opportunity to be part of a high quality mastermind that I'm a part of as well, okay, with Online Digital Education Mastery. And, this is a private group that I have on Facebook where I will be guiding you towards your success. It takes work, it takes commitment, and it takes dedication. So if this is not something that you're willing to put in, then this is not for you. And if you're looking to start and then quit in the next few weeks or months just because it takes work, then you're better off doing what you're, the same stuff that you've been doing, and this is definitely not for you. So I only work, and I will only work with 1% of the global, educators that are needed over the next decade. That's 688,000 educators that are looking to transition and succeed online as they keep moving forward. So those are the only people that I really want to work with. So I'm going to start off with a quote from Charles Eisenstein, who happens to be an American public speaker and author. And he says in that quote, addiction, self-sabotage, procrastination, laziness, rage, chronic fatigue, and depression are all ways that we withhold our full participation in the program of life we are offered. You only got one life. And these are the things that we do to avoid living life. When the conscious mind cannot find a reason to say no, the unconscious says no in its own way. So think about that. This is very important. Here we are in a second year of panic. Businesses are going under, brick and mortars are changing. The whole, scheme of life has changed to a digital growth mindset. And as you resist, procrastinate, become lazier, get more depressed, have more mental health issues, you fall for the addiction and all this self-sabotaging. What are you doing? You only got this one life and this one opportunity to make it right and do the greater work. So do the greater work. Why do teachers continue to self-sabotage themselves 2 years after Zombie Pandemic 1.0? Really, can you answer that question? Well, it's a question that I find myself pondering every single day. Okay, for the past 8 months, since August 2020, when I decided to pivot and make use of my leadership and coaching skills to help teachers, All right, the main topic of conversation has been defeatist at best. Teachers are just not caring about their own personal lives. All they care about is bitching and complaining and whining about problems instead of focusing on the solutions. Teachers love being hardwired to serve as victims and antagonists in our life stories. Teachers know what is right and what is good for us. Yet we kick our own asses during this COVID-19 era and thwart our ambitions despite our better judgments. That's right. We basically say, I don't want to succeed. Throw it out the window. Teachers continue struggling to take that next step in the educational evolution happening around us. Although self-destructive behaviors plague everyone to one extent or another. It's the highly ambitious teachers who are the most at risk as well. Take a step back and realize how you will be entering pandemic 3.0. That's happening soon, the end of the year. And yet you are still waging war against yourselves. You're falling apart and need to cool off, okay, your destructive mindset and allow yourself an opportunity to adapt and adopt a growth mindset for success. You already spend the time online bitching and feeding off this negativity. Now, how about you find a reason to love yourself, okay, and make something positive happen by helping those needing your experience as an educator. What an amazing revelation. My educational niche focus is leadership with growth, with a growth mindset in the rapidly growing educational online niche market. However, that's not all I do. I'm also teaching a 15-day educational mini course, coaching educators to transition on Facebook, doing live interviews with educators, serving 688,000 global educators on their mental health for success. Most importantly, keeping my family together during this zombie pandemic 2.0. I've managed to keep all of these positive vibes during serious struggles with dengue fever and being in a third world country to achieve the results that I desire. But it isn't easy. I also struggle against my own demons and, intent on making life more frustrating and difficult. This enemy is my evil twin, the guy in the mirror. It's my own mind. So working on positivity is hard work, especially when I have to dive into the daily distractions, all the self-doubt and anxieties that frequently plague teachers. They are causing unnecessary pain and frustration in all disruptive ways in every teacher's social media platforms. And as a result, I find myself in a state of war against the weaknesses, and emotions expressed daily. I refuse to allow any external negatives to ruin my day or rob me of my focus while trying to serve educators in a greater capacity. Instead of looking at your self-sabotaging tendencies as something to repress or deny, the wiser path is to accept them and turn them into fuel for healthier perspectives and behaviors. Look, guys, the biology of belief states there is no doubt that human beings have a great capacity for sticking to false beliefs with great passion and tenacity. We do. Therefore, we are made in the image of God, and we need to put spirit back into the equation. We want to improve our physical and our mental health, having grit, having spirit, being resilient, having deep faith is what's going to restore and improve your physical and mental health. The fact is that harnessing the power of your mind can be more effective than the drugs you have been programmed to believe you need. The struggles that teachers and many others grapple with, are not unique Human history is full of examples that articulate the folly of self-sabotage better and more eloquently than any self-help book ever could. Look at the vast examples of leaders, in biographies. You do not want to read success stories. You want to read their failures and understand what they did to overcome adversities. The past 100 years has many, documented struggles of great men and women who have blazed the path of success with struggles worse, far worse, than educators have today. So get to reading and stop feeling sorry for yourself and looking for reasons to give up. You never give up. I didn't give up. You should not give up. Most educators live, whether physically, intellectually, or even morally, in a very restricted circle of their potential being. We all have reservoirs of life to draw upon, of which we do not dream. What really separates teachers who are habitually upbeat and optimistic, from those who are consistently miserable, is how the circumstances of life are interpreted and processed. When you are inspired by great purpose, some extraordinary project, all of your thoughts break their bonds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be greater, a greater person than you ever dreamed yourself to be. The mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. If you have become a negative thinker, this is because you have not cared for your mind and not taken the time to train it to focus on the good. If you want to live life to the fullest, care for your thoughts as you would your most prized possession. The mind works through pictures. Pictures affect your self-image, and your self-image affects the way you feel, act, and achieve. There is nothing noble about being superior to some other person. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. See, guys, the secret to happiness is simple. Find out what you truly love to do, and then direct all your energy towards doing it. Once you do this, abundance flows in your life, and all your desires are filled with ease and grace. As you strive to improve the lives of others, your own life will be elevated into the highest dimensions. Teachers are leaving the wombs of their secure jobs to nurture the intellectual growth of needy students living in a combat zones we call inner digital cities on the internet. That's part of the transition that's happening already. Teachers have heard the clear call for change during this COVID-19 era. Teachers are realizing that they're here for a purpose and that they have been given special God-given gifts that will aid them to realize it. Therefore, no self-sabotaging. Don't do it anymore. I'm back after a bout with dengue fever. All right, it took about 15 days. Dengue kicked my ass good and caused me to feel bone-breaking pain and dehydration at a level I'd never experienced in my 55 years. It has taken me an additional week to get to about 80%. That's a long time, okay? And to reacquire the motivation, to push life forward and help my 688,000 educators. You get no sympathy from me, guys. But you do get my support and gratitude on a daily basis. We're educators in the 21st century, so, buckle up and take that, Fifth Element ride into the current future, okay? Give the best of you on a digital platform called Facebook. Stop being your worst enemy and start serving the world. 100 students monthly. That's all you need. That's all you need to get back that feeling of magnificence about yourself and even earn yourself six figures while you're at it. So, who do you serve? And what greater purpose lies dormant in your greater self? Who wants to jump out and become that person you so much desire to be? Look, my greater purpose is helping everyday people realize their magnificence with educational affiliate programs like ClickFunnels. I use ClickFunnels. I recommend educational affiliate programs like ClickFunnels. I started my learning curve with a growth mindset last year, August 2020. Zombie Pandemic 1.0. The knowledge and tools that you will need to achieve your educational niche with my support and the ClickFunnels community of 1.2 million people, that support awaits you. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. So go ahead and ask me for the affiliate links associated with ClickFunnels. And not only do you get the best educational funnel program, you get paid also for ethically referring it to anyone in your niche audience. Remember, you're magnificent. Let me know in the comments, let me know in the comments in my newsfeed on Online Digital Education Mastery, Facebook community. Leave me a direct message on Messenger. I help clients overcome their fears of online success and launch their niche with a growth mindset and organic Facebook marketing. As the primary way is to help you transition without quitting your daytime jobs. I look forward to seeing your success and interviewing you live on my ODE Master community. So remember, 688,000 people is my personal goal. Come join me and see why. You'd be happy that you did. And the next One Funnel Away challenge, as Russell Brunson states, you're one funnel away from realizing your success. The next one starts on Monday, which is April 19th. Trust and verify. Verify what I'm telling you. This is Gabriel with ODE, Online Digital Education Mastery, right here. Community on Facebook of educators that help each other, collaborate with each other to succeed. This is Saturday, April 17th, episode 114. Teachers are still having pity parties during Zombie Pandemic 2.0. It's time to pivot, guys. If you want to succeed and if you want to endure this 21st century, the time to pivot is now. Thank you. God bless. I look forward to serving you for the rest of the year. Bye-bye.